So, hello everyone. My name is Sharma Daini. I am an 18 years old Ascendance ambassador and also the host of today's session, which is Entrepreneurs Insight. So, if you are new here and you're wondering, well, what is Ascendance? Well, Ascendance is um, a youth organization that has positively impacted over 55,000 students from over 26 different countries, and they actually help students find their passions and guide them to achieve their goals, which is what I'm doing now. And Entrepreneurs Insight is a talk show that brings you the wisdom and expertise of seasoned entrepreneurs from various industries. So, speaking about wisdom and expertise, we have two very amazing people with us today for the topic of reclaiming balance, prioritizing health and happiness. So, we have Hui Ting from EHT Lifestyle and Valsala from Globetrotter Consultancy. So, hello, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So, how are you guys doing today?
So we just looking like who's going to answer first. Okay, so
Yeah.
hi everyone. Nice to see you all. I'm Valsala. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, like Sharma, but yeah, it's nice to meet you all and nice to be in this segment and share a little bit of my experience. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I was only an entrepreneur the last 10 years. Before that, I was. Shall I do my introduction?
Yeah,
Just me
sure.
to talk about it. Okay. So I used to be a finance director. I wanted to be an accountant. That was my goal, and I achieved that goal, and I became a finance director. But I also wanted to be an entrepreneur. So, about 10 years ago, I stepped out of the corporate world. I met ET Ideas, and I know the founders of ET Ascendance very well because I stepped out. I started Globetrotter Consultancy 10 years ago. That is my entrepreneurial journey, and that is when I started doing a program that builds the entrepreneur's mindset. That is, which also form the mindset of the Ascendance founders, and yeah, that's how I know them. So that's me. I
Okay.
think.
Hi, everyone. My turn. So I also do my introduction. So my name is Huoy Tyng, and currently I am the certified personal trainer working with people in terms of their mind and body health. But back then I started off as my background was biology and chemistry. So I worked as an employee. Started off with the chemist and then slowly climbing up the corporate ladder, become a technical managers, and I quit my job many years ago, and currently working with people more on like coaching services, and yep. So that's a little bit introduction on my side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very nice. Should we get started with our segment today?
Yes, we should. And I see Navinash give us some encouragement to do this segment. Thank you, Navinash.
Where
Yeah,
you see? Okay.
The comments.
Mhm. Okay.
yeah. And the first question for today would be, what would both of you define a balanced life? What would balanced life mean to you?
Waiting first. I
What
think
does
this.
balance mean?
Yeah, answer. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Um.
Okay.
How to say it? I used to have a different perspective on the balanced life. Like, what is that called? Balanced life means like I can separate my work life and my private life. And then I realized actually it didn't work that way. So especially recently, I have like a different point of view of balanced life, as instead doing for me is doing something that I like to do. At the same time, I get to spend time with family, with the people that I care and love about, and also how to say that having the time for myself. So for me, is that is my point of view in terms of like having a balanced life. It's not separating like work life or private life, but is um how was it combine it together, like for example, I used to like when I work as employee, I used to take holiday a lot, in like to escape from like hope to be so-called distress, but ended up after came back from holiday, right, more stress. So and because during the holidays, like I would just like keep that, that the background of the mind, the voices keep like worry about the work and stuff like that. So come back already, oh, I still different haven't do. So it's like keep worrying. Like when I come back from holiday, there will be a lot of work waited for me back then. So ended up the holiday taking holiday to run away from the work, from the work from stress from the work doesn't work for me back then. So after I joined ET Idea, after I learned from my mentor and stuff like that, then I learned about you cannot split your private life and your work life. And what I do a little bit differently means I'm doing the things that I like, I enjoy it and I like, right? So, and with the technologies advancement and stuff like that, so many things actually you can do it online already. So, like recently when I went for a holiday, it very nice for me to still keep in touch. I still have my online training going on, and it's for me when I tell my client the process as normal, then they will say, "Are you sure? Are you crazy? You're on holiday. Why you still want to work?" I say, "It's nice. I mean, it's like for me, it felt like I'm still able to keep in touch with them, and it's very nice to stay connected with them. But at the same time, also I'm doing it at the time where what is that called? The time where at my own leisure time. So it's not nobody is forcing me. So it's very nice to have that lifestyle. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So So I was okay. I agree with Waiting. Same there. I was a bit distracted by looking at Sharma's background. So I was like, Sharma, where are you? Are you in campus? Are you? Does your roommate know that you're on live stream and she's on live stream too? Okay, but anyway, I was a bit distracted on that. But okay, so the question is, what's a balanced lifestyle for me?
Yeah.
I think when I was as Waiting says, right, if for different times. Life and meaning of things were different in different phases of my life. So when I was younger, there was no such thing as balanced life. There was school. There was, after that there was college, and then after that I wanted to get my job. So I wanted to get. I wanted to have it all. I wanted to do everything. I wanted to have a job. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to have kids. I wanted to do all these things. Okay. I wanted to study. I wanted to do my master's. So I did all this. At that time, it didn't feel like I needed a balanced life. It was just balanced. I was just busy doing all of this, and it was very balanced, like automatically. So it was for me. It was fine. Okay. It just fell into place nicely. But I guess as I grew older and I couldn't really allocate the time for all of it, that's when the idea or the notion of balanced lifestyle start coming to me. Okay, because sometimes when you work, you get too much into work. Okay, and then you also your family is also growing. So I had young children then, so I needed a family time as well. So it's like um, that was like the time that I understood what balanced lifestyle was. I started thinking of this term balanced lifestyle now. But if you ask me, all my life, in a way, my life was balanced because I kind of make time for it. So and somehow it naturally fell nicely. For example, when I was a young graduate, okay, and I started working, I spent a lot of time at work. And when I was a young manager, I started spending a lot of time at work. When I had a family and when I had young children, it kind of balanced back. And when the children were very young, I actually spent a little bit more time with my children. And then it balanced back. So somehow there were certain points in my career that it was more intense on work. Certain point in my life was more on having my children, spending time with my children. But making a conscious decision to have a balanced lifestyle, I made that 10 years ago when I started Globetrotter Consultancy. Okay, that's when I hit like 40. Oh man, I told my age. oh no, I didn't want to do it. But to us when we reached a certain age, and I think when I hit that age, I was like, what am I going to? Let's say I'm going to work for another 10 years. Am I still going to live life like this? So I asked this question to myself. Number one. Number two was my children were the age of 11 and 14 that time. So I also know 10 years from now, they'll be in their 20s, which is now, okay? And I will miss the time I spend with them if I'm busy in my career. So that's the time I looked at it and said, also, my heart wanted to do something that impacts people's lives. So that's why it's like if you listen to your heart, it kind of all falls into place. And that's when I stepped out, started Globetrotter. I I made a wish which came through. I made a wish that I want to do something that I love doing. I only want to do that. I don't want to do other things also. If you work somewhere, usually you got many things to do. But I have said, okay, that one partially comes to Sanla because with entrepreneurship, you also have to do things you don't like talk to people, like like tell people about your design. Okay, so you still have to do all those things. But generally, that's what I want to do. Number one. Number two is I made a wish that my children somehow get involved in the work that I do. So we could do the work together, so we'll have common goals. This wish came through too much because my children started ascendance, and then they started doing things bigger and more chunky than me. So if you ask me, that was my part where the wishes came through, but it balanced out my life as well. So the last 10 years was very nice because I got to do what I wanted to do. I also got to spend a lot of time with my growing children. Now they're grown up. So now again, you ask me what's the balanced lifestyle now? Okay, my children are grown up now. They don't need so much time with me the way that they were 10 years ago. They actually need their space to explore their own world with their friends. So now I get back time. And what am I going to do with my time is again, what am I going to do? So it's like sometimes when you say balance, there's one point in time when you got a lot of things to do, you don't have enough time or you don't have enough money. Okay. But then now it goes, I got a lot of time last year. So what do I do now? Okay. So then again, I balance it back to listening to my heart and say, okay, I want to bring this international. And for all those people who didn't really guess it yet, Huey Ting and I are actually from Globetrotter Consultancy. We are the tech team that looks at happiness and health. So that is something that I decided last year. I'm going to focus more on that, and that's going to be my focus now. So yeah.
Yeah. So technically, in each stages of life, we have like different definitions of balanced lifestyle, and I think different people have different definition of balanced lifestyle. So we don't typically need to follow their lifestyle, which is called balance for them. Yeah.
Yes, yes. If you
It's
look at
like,
Harsha,
yeah,
if you look at Harsha, for me, I don't think that's so balanced because for her, her work is very, very important. But for her, that's balance. That
yep,
makes her
Yeah.
happy.
yep. So it really depends on your each individual, each different person. What is their priority? Because to like what was last said to Harsha, her lifestyle may not seem balanced, but it is balanced for her.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Yes, and also another thing is, it's not like you balance your lifestyle; it's going to stay balanced. It's not.
Yep.
Okay, so you need to prioritize lah. Oh, okay. Now I need some time. Okay, I take the time.
Yep.
No one's going to balance your life.
Yep.
You balance your life. I give you one example. When I was long time ago, when I was working somewhere, right? Okay, and now I'm getting back into the momentum of sharing. See, when I was working somewhere, there was one time when I work in an American multinational. So the time difference is 12 hours time difference. That means at night is their daytime.
Mm-hmm.
So I work in the daytime, and then at night, I remember this very clearly. It was about 10 o'clock in the night. I was sending out an email. Okay, so I was going to send out this email. My 10-year-old daughter came to me and she was going to share her day to me. But this email is a very important email. So I told her, hold on first. But mother's stress means they will say, hey, hold on first, you go to bed first. I'll finish this email, I'll come and talk to you. But children are excited. She continued talking, and I was afraid I was going to make a mistake when I sent this email. I snapped at her, and I said, I told you to go to bed, right? And she was like, she was taken back. She can see that you can cry already. Then she went to sleep. And that point is when I asked myself, what am I doing? This is at night, 10 o'clock. This time is supposed to be the time with her, not doing my emails. And the thing that I realized then is nobody is expecting me to do this email. My bosses didn't ask me to do this. Nobody. I'm doing this on my own because I'm just kiasu. Okay. And I'm just overdoing it. So who needs to balance this? Haila. So I stopped that.
Yeah.
And after that, I don't really do my work at night. And I don't have I email and all sometimes, right, can be overwhelming. So many emails. So I just said something like, if it's urgent, call me. I will answer my emails morning and maybe evening or something like that. That means it's like I'm not a surgeon. Nobody's going to die if I don't answer my call. It's something like that. So the awareness that came to me, or the realization that came to me is I need to balance my life. That's it. No one's going to scold me.
True.
I think another thing, like example, is like even when you're exam time, right? I did work, I did have a family, and I do study as well. Okay. But exam time, I used to take like a week off and focus on studying. So at that time, my focus is only studies, not my family, not my work for that 1 week. So at so sometimes it's not like 5 hours here, 3 hours here, 2 hours here. It's not that kind of balance as well. It's what are the things I want to do and what I need to do it at this point in time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I definitely agree with that. So moving on to the next question. What would you say are the biggest obstacle you face in maintaining a healthy balance?
What is the question? Sorry.
The biggest obstacle you face in maintaining a healthy balance. It could be anything.
Biggest obstacle.
Yeah. It could be yourself, could be anyone else.
Okay,
I
so I
go
did.
first. Oh,
Okay,
Wasala
go.
go first.
Go
Go,
first. You
go,
can go
go.
first.
Wasala go first.
So I did say it's my only I can balance my life. It's my responsibility. It's my choice. The biggest obstacle I face is also me. Okay, because sometimes I think my biggest obstacle is when I get emotional, or I get demotivated. Okay, so then I don't feel like doing anything. That is the waste of time. Okay, so it's like then that like time will just pass by, and at that time, that phase of time, whether I'm upset or mostly demotivated lah. It's like you go into I don't know, a different realm. Okay, so you're not with your family, you are not doing your work. I don't know where you are, or I don't know where I am,
Right.
and that is where my obstacle is. That's where my time is sucked out. And this happens when I do something new. So if,
Yeah.
if it's a standard thing, I'll be fine, but I'll get bored after a while and say, oh, this is boring, I want to do something else now. But then when I go and do something new, it's exciting. But when I face some obstacles, some rejection, or something's not working out, a 5 plus day, I cannot do this and all, then I like, I get demotivated. So in this demotivated state is my obstacle, if you ask me.
I don't know
Okay.
why. I think Wasla and I have the same brain cell.
That's the problem. You work with
That's the problem.
with one same
I
brain.
it's like Control V, Control C, Control V. But I just share my example. I do agree. The obstacles is ourselves. Like I just give myself an example, especially when starting something new, right? Last year I started my I took this online distance learning. on the master. I studied my master in exercise science. So at the beginning, it's like quite overwhelming. It's exciting at the same time. So it's a mixture of the feeling. So and then as the courses, as the what's that called, semester pass, then it gets a little bit more harder in a sense. And I start to feel the pressure and the stress really, because it's something like, especially I remember there's one semester that we need to do, we need to write a mini proposal. It's called a research method. I remember that semester very well. And it kind of is something that I never learned in college, this research method. I didn't know I got so many like articles, research papers that I need to read. I need to understand, do a lot of research and stuff like that. Com- So it kind of like take up a lot of my time. So it's something that is strange and very new to me that time lah. So when that happened, I find it a bit, not a bit, actually I find it quite difficult to, how to say, balance out my time, because like that writing that mini proposal will take up a lot of time, because you spend a lot of time reading a research paper, right? So morning I need to do my work, because I still have my training sessions going on, and I still need to do marketing and stuff like that. So when that happened, the obstacles is like, where do I find time to write my article that time? So because when my habit pattern is I don't use to work at night. So it just not my habit pattern to like think of like, okay, maybe I can start writing my article, writing my proposal at night lah. But when that semester, when that happened, that, how to say, not to say I don't have choice, I have choice. It's just that the habit pattern is so strong to change that time, like the obstacles, like what was last said, is ourselves, it's our own habit pattern. So it takes a lot of effort and willpower for me that time to make an effort to start working on my proposal after work, means at the evening and at the night lah. So just, yeah.
Okay, I never thought that was a difficult time for you, because that's the time you talk a lot about your proposal. We talk a lot about it. We keep talking about it. So I thought, oh, wow, we think I really enjoy this paper. Oh, I talk so much about it. I think that some of our most our best conversations doing that
Yeah.
proposal. Okay,
It's,
and
it's
okay,
exciting. It's exciting, but at the same time, it's also like stressing me out. Like it's like I have deadline the each week to submit the each different chapter, right? So that is kind of stressing me out, but also exciting, because I choose the topic is related to what I do. It's about the health. So yeah,
so our mind, right? What I realized is can actually expand,
yep,
but it takes time to expand. So that time is when you see that lag going on. Okay, so for example, when you're in school, you can only do your homework.
mm,
Housework also like such a big disturbance for you. Okay, but as this has happened to me in my life. Okay, so but when I start working, I realize something. Even this one, working is a longer time and energy commitment. But and I thought, wow, I cannot do anything else. It's too tiring. First 6 months is very tiring because your conscious mind is learning it. But eventually, you get used to it. Becomes a habit
yep,
pattern, like what Ting said. So it becomes a subconscious activity. So you do it kind of like normally. So life becomes comfortable and relaxed again. Then I got married. Okay, now got one fella called husband. Someone must take care of him somehow. So okay, now got added responsibility. Okay, fine, finished. Not so bad. Then I got a child. So maybe if for all those people who have, I mean, you all might not know this, but when a baby is born, the whole world has to run around this baby. That means it's like I cannot do anything else. That's why we have maternity leave. But after that, I had to go back to work. So now I got work. I got to be to take care of the household things, but and then I also got a baby. So at that point in time, the baby consumes everything. You become
mm,
like, for me, it's like, how am I ever going to cope with this? How am I going to take care of this baby? How am I? Oh my God, what did I go sign up for? Same like my assignment, same like my job. Again, it comes to this the part with the baby. Yeah. So more than I said. octopus woman, correct. So now the tentacles coming out, okay? But eventually you will learn how to handle that.
Yep.
So then you learn how to handle your job, your household things. You learn how to handle your baby as well. Then the baby is growing up and this all nicely balanced again. So you see how it goes off balance and it comes back balanced. Then I decided to do my MBA. This is
Yep.
another one. So again, I have handled all this and I've excelled in all of this. Okay, so and then life went on and on. But if you ask me, last year I could retire. I could retire. Okay, so it's like, okay, my children, I don't need to take care of them anymore. They can take care of themselves. My work also got people doing. So everything that people doing. So what I realized last year is the mind also contracts. So the mind expands to do many things, right? Then when I say I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, it's also contract back. Then suddenly I cannot do anything. Suddenly I got no time to do anything. I don't know what I'm doing with my time. No energy also. So I was like, well, at least cannot, man. This kind of retirement cannot. I'm not that old yet. So I make a conscious choice. That's when I realize the mind expands if when you expand it with many things, and you can juggle it. You will learn how to become
Yep.
more efficient. If you don't want to do this, don't want to do that, don't want to do that, the mind contracts. Then you can only do repeated things. Then the smaller things also becomes difficult for you to do again. So basically, it's the instruction you give your mind.
And
And
it
I
come
realized
back to your, sorry, you finish first.
and I realized one thing: you have to know yourself. We are all different. For me, I realized this: if I really want to do something, whatever it is, I'll get it done. The problem is, I must really want to do it. Somebody else asks me to do means I will have a process of not happy. Why you ask me to do this? Why I must do this? I'll go through this process first, and then at one point I'll be like, I want to do this, and then only it'll move. So that's my process. Waiting.
Yep.
Over to you.
I'm good because, yeah,
I just
you
said that
already
is it.
saying what I would like. Yes.
Okay. Okay, we both work together very well. So that's
Yeah.
why you say same brain cell now.
Yeah, great mind thinks alike. So yeah,
We'll stop
I
at
was
that.
going to ask the third question, which was some strategies that you use to prioritize, but I think you guys answered before I asked the question, so we'll skip that question. Moving on to
Welcome
the
to
next
our brain
question.
cell.
Yes. Moving on to the next question is, how do you usually like plan to measure progress in achieving a balanced life? So technically, when you start something new and you've went through multiple levels of trying out something new, so you know that it's going to stress you out. So now that you know it's going to stress you out, so you plan ahead of how you're going to handle the stress. So what would you say is your strategy or plan to handle those?
What is the plan to measure the progress? Is it you are saying?
Yeah.
I remember my mentor told me this. You can never compare. You only can compare yourself and yourself only. So back whether you are that's how I keep it in mind until today. Whether you are doing better than yesterday, are you doing better than last year? So like for example, let's take like happiness for example. So
Mm-hmm.
are you happy compare you yourself because you yourself know yourself better. So you will be able to measure or compare whether are you feeling happier compared to previously. For me, that's my answer. Yeah, definitely is a yes. So that's how I measure the progress lah.
Yeah.
Sharma, when you just now said this thing, right? You said something like you've gone through many times of starting something new, you know your process, so how do you plan for it?
Yeah.
Mm,
I look at you and say, actually, yeah, I should plan for it. So far, I haven't planned for it yet. Every time I
Okay.
start something new, I always go into like, I still go through the same process. So I should plan for it. I should plan for the time that it takes for me to start something new and do something. Yeah, I
But
think I
Yeah.
should.
I have a different point of view as it's like when you start something new, you don't know what is ahead or like waiting for you ahead. So you start with the first step first, then slowly the next step will be due to you. So I mean,
No,
I
well, what I meant was I planned for me to resist it first, to solve problem. I think that one I should plan. I should factor that in. I don't factor in. I always think, okay, this is it. I'll get it done. Then I get annoyed with myself. Why am I not getting it done? Why am I resisting it? Why am I? So I think I should factor all that time in. But
you mean planning like self mental
yeah,
preparation?
but if you ask me, the person who levels me up is actually my mentor. Because if you ask me, when I was younger, I had goals and all. But after a while, once you achieve certain goals, all you become very comfortable. So I
Mm,
was very happy being comfortable. And then he kept telling me, "You're very comfortable." I'm like, wait, no, I'm not comfortable. I'm doing things. What? But I'm doing things that's within my. It's not really stretching me. Okay, but when you have a mentor and they ask you to do something, and your mind goes like, don't, that's a stretch. Because usually, someone who suggests this to you, they already know you quite a bit. Okay, and they're trying to level up your mind. And now I look at it, right? My mentor actually knows I will take this much of time. That's why I'll say, do this first. I'll talk about anything else, also say, no, do this first. I'm like, why I cannot talk about other things? Because because it's like you do step by step. And one of the things that I've realized lately, I think as I'm growing older and seeing a lot of things differently, actually there's already a nice, beautiful plan already for whatever I want to do. Okay, I'm following my heart. I just have to do my part properly. I don't need to worry Huoy Tyng did or not, Sharma did this, not Sanat did this. I don't need to worry all that. I just have to do my part. The one thing I'm supposed to do now, I just do it well to my best. It's like everything will just connect. There's
yeah.
already a plan. You just have to follow the plan.
Yeah. And I think I totally agree that most of the time we are very comfortable with something, so we don't want to try something new because we're like, my life is balanced, but then you realize after so long being comfortable, your life is not balanced. Like you want to
Okay,
try something new or you're not.
I got
Yeah.
one question for you, Sharma. You just started
Yeah.
college this week, right?
Yes.
How's life? We should be asking you.
Um,
You
good
you you
question.
now no longer live with your family. You live in
Yeah.
college. Okay,
Yeah.
you have to make new friends. You have to study new things. Everything is new. New city also. So how's
Yeah.
life?
I find it very interesting, a very new journey and a journey where I could learn a lot of things and I'm expecting to learn more things. So yeah.
Actually, it's that excitement that makes it balanced.
Yeah. True. Right. Last question for our session today.
Oh,
Beside your mentor, because you already answered mentor, so beside your mentor, what resources do you use to guide your efforts in prioritizing health and happiness?
My friends. Okay, my friends are
Ah,
all also in ATIDs. Everything's my friend. So when
okay.
it's not balanced, I'll go and talk to her or other people. That means most of the people that I mix with are people who are following their heart, people who are doing looking at grow their own personal growth, looking at being happy, and looking at their own personal growth lah, basically, okay, in
Mm.
terms of their happiness, health, wealth, and basically very focused on their goals. So if what's the question again? Beside my mentor,
Resources.
okay, my
Yeah.
mentor doesn't stay with me, so my mentor, I'll see him once in a while. If I wait for my mentor alone means I'll go mad. Okay? But I have a lot of others who are my friends, who are
Mm.
like-minded friends, who chose me, who I chose and they chose me, and we are all in this journey together. So it's fun and nice gang lah.
so
So I
Okay.
to
have a gang.
summarize Wasla statement, it will be like the environment that we are involved with, a group of
Mm-hmm.
like-minded people that having the similar goal, wanting to achieve the health, happiness, and achieving like follow our heart, what we want to do. Having the environment, that strategies helps a lot because like for me, an example, I do like cold calling. Recently, like what Wasla mentioned, we partnering up to do like a company workshop for the company, right? So I need to do cold calling. So it's been quite since pandemic. I left that skill out. I've been not doing that. Life getting comfortable, right? So I'm not doing that marketing call for a long time already. So when I want to start back the calling, it's very challenging. It's very difficult to start the calling because number one is fear. Number two is like when get too comfortable already, so don't know how to start already. So having that, my strategy is follow that during that time. I think Hira is doing a lot of the marketing call for the classes. So I every day I will text her, hey Hira, where are you working? Can I join you? So I join the environment. Not necessarily I will make the call, but I enjoy the environment. I see she's making the call. Eventually, I will pick up the phone and I'll start with one call. And then slowly, as I practice, as I talk to people, then I get to what is that called? Familiar with the skill and yep. So find the environment for me is very important. It's a very good strategy.
For me, right, happiness is a state of mind. Okay, and that affects
Mm-hmm.
my health. Okay, if I'm not happy, I'll fall sick. Okay, so my health is very related to my happiness. My happiness is a state of mind, but the state of mind, right, doesn't mean all the time I can handle it. So if I see the state of mind is not so good, I go and look for my friends. But my friends are all in basically the same environment lah. They are all related to the goal. So like what Wei Ting said, even if I don't feel like doing anything, I don't feel like doing anything, or I'm sad or I'm upset or something like that, I'll go and sit down there. How long you see people doing work and doing their goals, you can do nothing. You will snap out of it, or you'll talk to them something, they'll tell you something, then you go, okay lah, I do a little bit. So you might not do 100% of what you plan to do, but you might at least do 10%. Then you switch back into, and so I actually consciously juggle my state of mind. If I can take care of it myself, I do. If I cannot, I quickly go and join the environment that is positive. I even juggle the movies I watch, okay, the songs I listen to and all, because, or the conversations I have, because this will affect the state of mind. So I choose that.
Yeah.
Somebody told me this before: your happiness is your responsibility. Nobody can make you happy. So you choose lah, make yourself happy. Like you sad means you yourself made yourself sad now. So you choose differently what makes you happy, and you most of the time, what I feel is, for me, my goals are an anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when I
Yeah.
work on my goals, the happiness is, it's different. It's very stable. And somebody was also telling me this. I got a lot of wise people around me. So somebody said, when you focus on your goals, your whole emotions, your intellect, everything is in sync.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you're very stable, you're very focused, you're very inspiring. Okay, the moment I take my attention off my goals and it's going somewhere else, or sad over something and all, I will turn the other way around. Then I have to correct myself, go back there.
And
So focus on
also
your goals.
it's like you have to have the awareness that prioritizing your own health, prioritizing your happiness is your own responsibility. I feel that awareness needs to come first because a lot of people like to say, I want to be happy, I want to be healthy. But then a lot of time that the word come out, but it's not followed by the actions. But with awareness, I feel it's very different when you really aware that yourself, nobody can make you happy or nobody can make you healthy. If you don't want to eat, nobody can force you to eat. Then you keep complaining you are in pain. So I feel the awareness has to come first that it is your own responsibility that to take care of yourself.
And a lot of times, why we are not happy is because we are reacting to situations, to people, to what they say. For example, just now I went out for dinner with my partner. Before I can say anything, he said something like, "I'm very tired, lah. We shouldn't go for dinner. I got a long day at work." I was thinking, if you're tired, you tell me earlier. I also could talk, right. I won't go. I don't have to go, but you should tell me this earlier, right? Okay, why we go for that? Then only you tell me this. But I kept quiet. I breathed for a while. And then I was thinking, okay, fine. Everybody is I didn't react. If I react, I'll become unhappy. So I just breathe and say, fine. Okay, so he's just tired. That's fine. Just no need to react. Okay, I'm just gonna have still a nice day. So you want me to pick where to eat, right? That's the problem, right? I'll pick where to eat. Few minutes later, he said, "I'm sorry, lah. I just a lot of things to do." So it turned out nice. So a lot of times we create our own reality. If we don't react, we respond, we get what we want. If we react, it becomes an unhappy day.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So technically, those are the questions I prepared, and I'm out of questions. So, is there any last words before we end the session?
I have one question. Why Maha feel
Okay.
attacked? Who attacked Maha?
Maha, if you're still there, please answer it.
Why is Maha feeling attacked? I
I
think you
think
attack
it's the
Maha.
no. I think it's where the time when you mentioned about like you'll find time to do that whatever thing your mind can be expand if I
Okay,
understand
okay,
it.
okay, okay. Attack
Something
Maha.
like that. I'm not sure, but let Maha reply. I cannot assume. Then it's making an ASS out of her and me. So
A lot of time your mind doesn't want,
oh
then
yes,
you
correct. She said it's correct.
oh,
She
okay.
replied.
Okay, okay, I understand. Okay, correct. Okay, I understand then. No questions.
Okay.
My question answered.
Any last thoughts? Who you think? No.
No.
Okay.
The last thought is that it's your own responsibility that to take care of yourself.
I think
Yeah.
one thing that you mentioned just now, Sharma, is a nice thing. If you look at things with excitement, um, you can balance everything. Okay,
Yeah.
but the problem is not all the time things will be exciting. Okay, sometimes it goes too many things go wrong. You will not you do get stressed. Okay, so it's to remind yourself and to know, okay, I'm actually generally a very stressed person. I realized that when I see my parents, they're very stressed today. I was like, why are they so stressed? Then I realized, oh, okay, because now they're older, they can't do things on their own, so they just think no one's going to be there for them, but this underlying thing is making them stress. So if you're stressed, you're not going to be happy. So if you're smart enough, you can go and see, or you are in a group of people who can look at and see, why are you stressed? Why are you reacting? So for me, I know why I was stressed is because they're asking me to do many things, which I'm okay doing, but I got work to do. So I not to do my work. So I told them, what, give me an hour. I went out an hour, just do my work, finish my work already, my stress will come down. I come back, then I'm okay to take them shopping and all. So if you are stressed, you would ask why you are stressed and handle that.
Yeah.
Then continue. All
We have
right.
one question from Gauri. What are the ways you use not to make yourself react? It's a very
Breathe.
long haha, but yeah.
You
Breathe.
waiting will tell you how.
Now, step number one, it sounds easy, but not very easy, especially when your emotions are high. Many people used to say, like, when you want not to react, take a deep breath. It sounds easy, right? But it's not easy to apply when your emotions are high.
So take a deep breath. Disengage now. That means like don't try to be a hero and like, no, I still want to do this. My parents are stressed. I am stressed. Sure, going to fight. Okay, that's not the reason why I'm there. the way I talk also will stress them out when I'm stressed. So I breathe also, I know cannot. So then you take disengage for a while. That means you manage yourself first. When then I realized what's making me stress. I need to make these things. I need to send out these emails. I need to make these calls. I go there 1 hour. I do this. Come back. Okay, ready.
Yeah.
So you need to see what is stressing you out. Why are you reacting? So you need to take the time out to do that. Breathe is, if you got no time out, breathe at the moment lah, because you cannot run away from some situations. You cannot say meeting, okay, bye.
Yeah.
I need to go. Can. I during meetings I used to do this. I used to say, okay, let's go, let's take a break for lunch. Or sometimes you can see the conversation is not going to find a solution, right? It's good to take a pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Huoy Tyng and Valsala, for joining us today, and a very insightful session. So thank you, both of you, for
Thank
joining
you.
us today. Yeah.
Thank you, Sharma.
Yeah. So for those of you guys who are listening to us, thank you for joining us. And if you like our content and you would like to see more, please do support us. And it's on Patreon. We will be putting the link in the chat, so you can click the link and support us as much as possible. And yeah, there's also a QR code on the screen, and you can scan that to support us on Patreon. So that's all from me, Sharma Daini, signing off. Bye bye, guys. Have a nice day.